out of breath here, still stuck in Vegas. Made it to the Mandalay Bay. I've just been reminiscing about the different places I used to go here all the time. It's called the Hacienda. At the corner of Tropicana and the Strip, where the Excalibur is now, that was nothing, but there's just nothing. I don't think they had a gas station here. New York was a gas station. Excalibur, nothing. Luxor, nothing. And then out in the middle of nowhere was a Hacienda. But it was a pretty cool casino because they had good rates. I stayed there all the time because it's cheap. You know, that's what you want, a cheap room, save all your money for gambling. But yeah, there's a whole history there too. You know, you can look it up. The guy's name, I think it was Doc Bailey, he bought controlling interest in the Hacienda, and he invented the junket. He'd bring people in, mostly from California, but other surrounding states, in small planes, champagne, and he'd give them room at the Hacienda, maybe some chips, you know, just a lot of good, a little package deal to come to Vegas. He invented that. He had so many planes at the airport. I don't know if it was called McCarran back then. He had so many planes that the other airlines really got upset about it, and they complained to the FAA and they cracked down on it. But he invented that. I had a couple times I came here by plane at the junkets. It was a great deal. I guess they still do that. You know, there you got the cheap room and then the cheap flight, and then I don't know if they give you anything other than the room. Maybe you get a buffet or something, which won't have any buffets anymore. So yeah, but Hacienda brings back a lot of memories. Mandalay Bay is great though. I have fond memories of Hacienda, but Mandalay Bay, great property. It looks like they got all this laid out like some type of ancient temple, like we're going through the Cambodian jungle, and then boom, here we got all this ancient stuff. You know, they can go inside there, over there where the waterfalls are. Might have some pictures on my website of that. Yeah, coming down here when there's not any people at all, except for maybe some construction guys and a couple of people just looking around like me. Reminds me of when I first came to Vegas many years ago. First time I ever came to Vegas, I was 21, and I think that was probably late 82, maybe early 1983. First casino I ever gambled at was right here on this corner over here where you see the MGM. That was called the Marina. It had kind of an ocean theme to it. Me and my friends, we pulled in, parked, went in. I don't know what they wanted to do, but they were telling me to come on, but I had to try a slot machine. I found a nickel machine, I had some nickels, put a nickel in, lost, put another nickel in, lost, put a third nickel in, and won back 2. So I understood everything about slot machines. Put in 3, get back 2. Then we sat down and we were immediately carded by security. We all looked like we were 18. And this is a better property now. The Marina, it was an experience that, you know, that first time gambling. I think I played some roulette, and it was just a big thrill. But yeah, it's a much better property now. Even MGM has improved their property. They used to have this big tunnel that you would go through, a big lion. Now it's all built out, and they got a lot more stuff in there. They got rid of their real-life lion habitat a couple years ago. That was depressing. I like those lions. My kid liked those lions, but you know, things change sometimes for good and bad. But back in '83, over here, where you have New York, that was a gas station. And that's where I got my gas when I come to Vegas in the early 80s, mid 80s, and I head back to Southern California where I lived. Then over here on this corner where you have Excalibur was nothing. That was an empty lot. And in back of me here on this corner was Tropicana. And as you can see, it's still Tropicana. It is a relic. But I still, if they ever rebuild it, they need to make it Tropicana. Because the avenue, Tropicana Avenue, I don't want people asking me years from now, why do they call it Tropicana? There it is. They still have, the thing about it's so old, when you go inside, they have these old, it's like a curved ceiling. It's been there since, I remember in the 80s, probably older than that. I like the decoration, but they still have those old catwalks where they have these long mirrors. I doubt they use them anymore, but security would go through and they could look down at the tables back in the days before all that, they just had people spying on other people, employees, customers. But it's still there. You can still see those mirrors. So it's a bit of history. And I remember I never really gambled too much in the Tropicana. Actually, I never gambled on this corner much. Okay, we're a little bit west on Tropicana next to the MGM here. I just wanted to show you my memories. If you go over next to Tropicana, you'll see what used to be Hooters, Oyo, and I don't know who the heck they are, but they bought Hooters, changed the name because everybody understands and recognizes Oyo, I guess. I don't. I know what Hooters are. But that, I remember that was a place nobody ever went to. Before that, it was the Treasury. It was kind of a dump. And there was something that was Polynesian, if I remember right. It's a long time ago. But I would stay at the Motel 6 because it was cheap, me and my friends, and then off to Vegas. That's about where off strip right there. It kind of ends with what Hooters, right? Hooters or Oyo, however they pronounce it. Should have stuck to Hooters. That's my opinion. Back then, you wanted cheap, at least me and my friends, we didn't go to shows or anything. We wanted cheap room, cheap food, and every last penny we wanted to gamble. It was all about the gambling. Now it's everything. They make money off everything now, and people want to see these shows and things of that nature. But yeah, those are the good days. Really enjoyed coming in to Vegas, and then yeah, you lose most of your money, and then you go back, and then you'd want to come back again pretty soon. It didn't take long. You could lose a lot of money, but then, you know, a few weeks go by, it's like you know, Vegas is like that song by the Eagles, a Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave unless you're stuck here like me. That's a long story. I'll tell sometime. But it's not so bad if they just get it back going again. I miss Vegas. But maybe once it's all over, we can make a commitment to coming to Vegas. Everybody can come to Vegas. Don't mind going outside of the country. We got lots to do here. You don't have to see Paris, France. We got an Eiffel Tower right here. We got Venice. We got Egypt down the street there. Everything you want. Okay, enough of the advertisement. That's enough Chamber of Commerce message for them.